Individuals as the night goes on. This is who will start for Dallas on the right-hand side of your screen. Jaden Hardy and Spencer Dinwiddie in the backcourt. Daniel Gafford at center, flanked by forwards Najee Marshall and Quentin Grimes. For the Memphis Grizzlies, Ja Morant and Desmond Bane. Familiar names and faces, of course, make up their starting backcourt. And their front line, Santi Aldama and Marcus Smart from Flower Mound, Texas. And the two-time NCAA Player of the Year, the 9th pick of the draft this past summer, Zach Edey, will start at center in his first preseason game for the Memphis Grizzlies. The Grizzlies, of course, had an extremely difficult year last year. Ja Morant dealt with suspension and injuries and only played 9 games. And had a chance to talk to Taylor Jenkins before the game and ask him a couple of questions about things they learned from last year. And obviously they had a lot of adversity. We'll get into that as the night goes on. But Ja Morant looking for a year to reestablish himself as amongst the best in the NBA, Hart.
Well, he will, provided he stays healthy. He only played 9 games last year, but in those 9 games, he was absolutely sensational as a player. And I want a healthy Ja because I think the league is better when he's out on the floor. Very exciting player and still young in spite of.
Boy, and adding a healthy Ja to the mix. Memphis is right back in that very tough Western Conference. They were out of it last year. That's another tough team vying for playoff contention and even home first round.
I think healthy, they stack up with all of the good teams in the Western Conference, and it's a lot of them, trust.
Starting the night, Quentin Grimes has the defensive assignment against the aforementioned Morant, and Najee Marshall guards Desmond Bane. Here's a drive and a spin, and Morant inside doesn't get it to fall. And Dallas is able to gang rebound around big 7'4" Zach Edey. And it's the Mavericks on offense for the first time here in the preseason. Again, Dinwiddie and Hardy, the starting backcourt. Luka has that left calf contusion that was reported last week. Nothing terribly serious. And Kyrie Irving and Klay Thompson resting tonight. Jake Kidd hopes that they'll play the remaining 3 preseason games. A steal by Marcus Smart leads to a Ja Morant transition basket.
He is so elusive in the open court. You have to stack up players in the back when you're playing against Memphis and he's on the floor.
Najee Marshall with a drive and kick, and a 3-point try by Quentin Grimes. He misses it, but it boomerangs back to him. And Zach Edey, he did a lot of that in 4 years at Purdue. A big block shot. Santi Aldama, who has been a Mavs killer in games in the past, scores inside.
And Memphis hadn't had rim protection since Adams. So Edey's going to help them a lot in the paint. There he is again, challenging the shot.
There's a drive down the lane, and the ball's out of bounds after the initial miss by Jaden Hardy.
He just now realized just how tall Edey is.
One of the players who can provide some rim injury that he sustained in training camp, a little hamstring tweak.
I saw that he continues to get better too.
Yes.
Jackson does.
Played more games than anyone did in the injury-riddled campaign for Memphis last year, 66. Here's Quentin Grimes. Outside to Marshall, who shot 39% last year on threes with the New Orleans Pelicans, and he connects on a 3-ball here with the Mavs.
I don't want to overreact. It's preseason, right? First game of preseason. But Marshall is going to help this Maverick team. He is very underrated as a player because overall he does a lot.
Grimes misses on a 3-point try. Marshall can not only make threes, but of course defends very well. Underrated passer. A lot of things in his bag. Here is quite the attempt and almost went in.
I pay money to see stuff like that.
Here's Hardy for 3, and quickly on the money.
Big year for him, Hart. Big year for Jaden Hardy.
Yeah, the good series against Minnesota.
Yes, in the conference finals. Yeah. That was certainly his best playoff series.
The guy that worries me on this team is Bane because he played here at TCU.
Yes.
He walks in the door with an axe. He's ready to grind.
He really does. Nice finish.
Chance for 3 the hard way for Marshall, who's already made a 3 in this game, and now a chance for 3 the old-fashioned way as he goes inside and was fouled by Zach Edey. So for Edey, that's 2 fouls now early in the game.
This guy just knows how to play. You know, he's one of those East Coast guys that's kind of quiet, if you would, as an individual, but a lot of skill comes with it.
And the irony being he's loud on the floor with his physical presence. I'm glad we got to see him hit a 3-harp and then drive to the bucket, because pretty much everyone you talk to says as great as Derrick Jones Jr. was here, and he's kind of replacing him with good defense on Ja, he might be a better all-around player, or probably is a better all-around player than Derrick was.
Here's Dinwiddie inside, and that shot is stuffed by Desmond Bane. Blocked the shot, picked up the loose ball, heads to the other end, misses on a three-pointer short, and it's Dinwiddie who had the shot blocked, who comes back to claim the defensive rebound.
Everybody's looking for pace in this league.
That's a foul.
Mavericks elevated their pace from 2 seasons ago when they were 28th to being 8th fastest in the league in pace last year in the regular season. And to your point, Hart, Taylor Jenkins was talking. He was asking his pregame media availability, what do you want to see tonight? Well, I want to see us do some of the things that we've talked about in training camp so far, which includes playing with more pace.
Mark, if you can't get easy baskets, it's difficult to win in this league.
Yep.
Yes.
I mean, you look at the finals last year, that's why the Mavericks were taking so many threes, because you can't get in the paint and get easy buckets. You live by that three. Some nights you die by it, and ultimately that's what happened to the Mavericks getting to the finals.
Here's Dinwiddie. Morant the rebound. Marcus Smart. And yeah, Smart is fouled on a jump shot. The foul is on Hardy, and it will be 3 free throws. The referees tonight, Brett Barnicky is the individual who made that particular call. Courtney Kirkland, and from the University of North Texas, Jenna Renaud completes the 3 officials for tonight's game. We have 3 free throws coming here for Marcus Smart. First of 3 is good. This season, you can bring your entire crew to a Mavs game and rock the arena with your group. Custom fan experiences are available while inventory lasts. So grab your friends, family, colleagues, and peers to book your group today at Mavs.com/groups.
That was some fancy bed music. I like that.
For his career, which has spanned 601 games, Marcus Smart, 9 years with Boston, 1 year with Memphis. He is about a 78% career free throw shooter, and he was fouled in the act of shooting a 3 and made all 3 to put the Grizzlies back in front by a point.
So many teams in this league that would love
For tonight's game. We have 3 free throws coming here for Marcus Smart. First of 3 is good.
to have Marcus Smart on their roster. He does so many things, brings a lot of different intangibles to the game.
He came into a game here in Dallas last year in early January, dislocated his finger, however, played through that injury for several minutes and hit a lot of big shots in a game that Memphis ultimately won. It was an injury, though, that cost Smart a significant amount of time. Hardy in transition, he misses.
They just lost that one.
Edey stayed out on the floor despite 2 early fouls. Aldama with the ball. Here's Bane, and that three-pointer is in and out. Offensive rebound for Edey, and he goes outside to Smart. He misses a 3, and it's Gafford fending off Edey and beating Morant to a rebound, and an attack by Quentin Grimes for a basket for Dallas.
Good open court player, very explosive.
Man, Santi Aldama sees a Mavericks uniform.
He goes crazy.
Career high in rebounding in a game against Dallas, 14. Second highest scoring game of his career was a game against Dallas with 22 points. Here's Dinwiddie, and he's fouled driving to the basket. Trip to the free throw line coming with the foul called on Desmond Bane. For Bane, that is his second foul. And for Memphis, team foul wise, that's 4 on them now here in the first 5 minutes of the game.
One thing for sure doesn't matter in preseason is how many fouls you get, right?
Right.
You get fouled all night. And just go sit down.
Keep on going.
John Conchar is subbing in for Memphis, and Derek Lively and Omax. Gafford and Hardy out, and for the Mavs, it's Derek Lively and Olivier Maxence Prosper, now both starting year number 2 of their NBA journeys.
I'll start with the guy that had the most success in his first year, and that's my namesake, even though he spells it wrong.
He spells it wrong, yeah. It's misspelled.
But he had a sensational year, and certainly looking to improve on what he accomplished. He established himself as a big-time player.
Sensational rookie season. He was second-team All-Rookie and then got even better into the playoffs. And we'll have plenty to say about Derek Lively as this night and preseason and season unfolds. But right now, there's a timeout on the floor just over 5 minutes into the game.
I got something that's never been done before. 30 teams, single elimination, one NBA Cup, all leading right here. We'll need players that are incredibly precise, not afraid of a little scrapping.
To have Marcus Smart on their roster, he does so many things, brings a lot of different intangibles to the game.
He came into a game here in Dallas last year in early January, dislocated his finger, however, played through that injury for several minutes and hit a lot of big shots in a game that Memphis ultimately won. It was an injury, though, that cost Smart a significant amount of time. Hardy in transition, he misses.
They just lost that one.
Edey stayed out on the floor despite 2 early fouls. Aldama with the ball. Here's Bane, and that three-pointer is in and out. Offensive rebound for Edey, and he goes outside to Smart. He misses a 3, and it's Gafford fending off Edey and beating Morant to a rebound, and an attack by Quentin Grimes for a basket for Dallas.
Good open court player, very explosive.
Man, Santi Aldama sees a Mavericks uniform.
He goes crazy.
Career high in rebounding in a game against Dallas, 14. Second highest scoring game of his career was a game against Dallas with 22 points. Here's Dinwiddie, and he's fouled driving to the basket. Trip to the free throw line coming with the foul called on Desmond Bane. For Bane, that is his second foul. And for Memphis, team foul wise, that's 4 on them now here in the first 5 minutes of the game.
One thing for sure doesn't matter in preseason is how many fouls you get, right?
Right.
You foul all the time. And just go sit down.
Keep on going.
John Conchar is subbing in for Memphis, and Derek Lively and Omax. Gafford and Hardy out, and for the Mavs, it's Derek Lively and Olivier Maxence Prosper, now both starting year number 2 of their NBA journeys.
I'll start with the guy that had the most success in his first year, and that's my namesake, even though he spells it wrong.
He spells it wrong, yeah. It's misspelled.
But he had a sensational year, and certainly looking to improve on what he accomplished. He established himself as a big-time player.
Sensational rookie season. He was second-team All-Rookie and then got even better into the playoffs. And we'll have plenty to say about Derek Lively as this night and preseason and season unfolds. But right now, there's a timeout on the floor just over 5 minutes into the game. In the NBA, and he won't need very many threes in the regular season. 19, as a matter of fact, to reach 2,500 for his career, as Gafford just scored on the jump hook in the paint.
Play can shoot.
Yes, he can. There is, of all the things we know, that is certainly one of them.
He can shoot.
Santi Aldama did have a flashback to days of UCLA point guards past.
Yeah.
I thought it was. That can trick you.
Face of mid-range J there by Gafford.
Man, if you watch Omax, he is relentless on every possession, going after every offensive rebound.
Lawson tried to stick to Luke Kennard.
But man, it's
deeper.
gone up.
Yeah, it's deeper. And I think these guys are more natural. Wow. Facilitate that time by Ja.
Man, he got up a little bit. That wasn't all just height and length. He left the ground.
It's something to be tall.
For 3, A.J. Lawson. Aldama with the rebound. Outlet pass to Ja Morant. Oh, nice. Looked off the defense, found the baseline cutter.
Just like that, things just fall together.
Yes.
I mean, you can't win in this league without your best players
Amen.
on the floor. I mean, we've experienced that ourselves.
And you know, guys, that's where Marcus Smart really makes a difference for this team as an influence on those young stars.
Got Edey out on the perimeter guarding that time. Najee Marshall shot a jumper over him off target. Aldama bluffed to pull up 3. Grizzlies just saw Smart go 1 of 2 at the line after the unsuccessful coach's challenge by Dallas. Pass broken up. The alley-oop broken up by Daniel Gafford. And the loose ball is dug out by Jaden Hardy. Hardy started tonight. He probes the paint. Now in space against Aldama. And a second block of the game by Zach Edey.
You have to look to pass when you drive.
And here is
that kind of shot blocking back there. Sorry.
Yeah, Morant with a Euro step, but he missed. Yes, you're going to have to get familiar with that kind of shot blocking in the paint for Memphis when Edey's playing. Three-pointer is good. Dinwiddie.
Kind of reminds you of Gobert when he's in that mood to block shots. You just have to be smart in your attack.
I don't know how much he weighed at the end of
when he was at Purdue and let him go to work. So he's accustomed to being the offensive focus some nights.
Led college basketball in scoring last year, 25 points a game. Grimes just came into the game and misses on a three-point attempt off the inbounds. Kennard for 3. Long rebound, Marshall has it. Dallas scores, they can go in front, and Morant.
Sounds like an automatic thing, but it, as you just saw, weirder things happen.
Well, to that point, Harp, tonight before the game, talking to Jason Kidd, question I asked was, is there a specific individual or individuals, that is, or something out of the collective group, guys who will play tonight? Wow, this could be a 4-point play, right?
Yeah.
The flashback, by the way. I like it.
What a unique player he was. Nice bucket.
Jaden Hardy, who looked really good in the Fan Jam scrimmage yesterday as well. And as Skin said earlier, an important third season about to begin for Jaden Hardy.
I think he's ready for it. I really do. I think he's built for it.
There was a cut by Smart, a throwaway. Marshall over Aldama scores in transition. Nicely done.
Marshall's going to be good for Dallas.
I'm with you, Harp. There's a lot to like about him.
Yeah.
He has a team high or starter high 7 points. The team high is Jazz Gortman with 9. Among starters, Marshall has the most points with 7. Down went Edey, and that's a long way to go down. Here's Luke Kennard. Whoa, got Grimes up in the air. They both hit the deck, and they score on that. Scottie Pippen Jr. with a 3.
That was a wild sequence.
Scottie Pippen Jr. has worked on his shooting.
To answer, Marshall. Pippen last year, in limited time with Memphis, 21 games, did shoot 41% from downtown, and three-point stroke looking really good. That stroke didn't look very good, though, from Santi Aldama, way off target on the three-point try. And the Mavs run the floor, and up ahead on the long pass, Dinwiddie looking for the big man, Daniel Gafford. Whoa.
All right.
Aldama's pass off the backboard.
Just the case of a big being out of place. That's good.
Edey with a rebound as Hardy was trying to give Dallas the lead on a three-point try. Pippen smartly turned down the outside shot. There's a burst of scoring off the bench here in this quarter. 8 points. Matter of fact, he's the leading scorer in the game now for the Grizzlies. Quentin Grimes, then Dinwiddie. Way outside for 3. Dinwiddie, it did glance off the iron, barely, just nicked it. And the ball fell to Edey for a rebound. Pippen on the attack, lost the dribble. Makes a pass to Jake LaRavia, and the runner is good inside.
Difficult shot, too, going to the bucket. Got to put the exact float on the ball. Uh-oh.
Ball out of bounds.
The competition for bench minutes is going to be awesome.
Listen.
Grimes. That's the 5th turnover of the first half for the Mavs. Memphis now has 12 turnovers in the first half. And Omax scooped up the loose ball and took it all the way to the rack to score.
Showing improvement as a player.
Pippen under the defense. LaRavia has made 2 baskets. Lively.
Good shot.
Down to 9 to shoot. Bain misses. Offside. Grimes rebounds.
Good defensive possession by the Mavs that time.
Omax taking it to the basket, reach in.
This is the same size and does the same stuff. There's tons of them. It's like a clown car. They just keep getting out of it. It's amazing.
It's a 2-point game after the free throws were made by Olivier Maxence Prosper, native of Montreal. Wide open corner three. Clark, nope. Got a boomerang back to him. This is what he's good at. Stuff. Lead is 5 for Memphis. Here's Quentin Grimes. Went to high school in the Woodlands outside of Houston. Prosper and Lively combine. Powell to the basket.
Reading the defense and cutting to the basket.
Another special summer for Dwight Powell, playing with Team Canada in the Olympics in Paris after he played in the FIBA World Cup in the summer of 2023 when Canada were the bronze medalists. Mavs can tie it. And they do. Jaden Hardy.
He knows how to create rhythm for himself, Hart.
All the hoops tonight for Hardy have been from deep. He's 3 of 5 from downtown. Rebound Powell on the attempt by Bain that was a little bit short. And another attack by Jaden Hardy. Going to leave it for Lively, and Lively.
The same word whenever they talk about Najee Marshall. You're going to hear it. Everyone says dog.
Okay.
Like,
that's a good word to bring up.
I've heard it from at least 4 different people. He is a dog. He will get after it.
Lively went 1 of 2 on the free throw line. Morant, by the way, who had that little ankle turn in a fast break play where a ball went off his foot, he is back in.
Yeah, that's really good to see. People want to see Ja on the floor. He's must-see TV.
That's bold to come back in a preseason game, too, you know? That means
It was probably his choice.
Yeah, he wants to go.
Morant had the assist on a basket by Brandon Clark. Marshall lost it on the drive, got it back, throws it up in desperation. Dallas with the loose ball. Wow, Hardy.
Why not? Well, after the first 8 minutes of the first quarter foul fest, this has turned into a pretty fun little game.
Curling down the lane on the kick out of Bain. Finds Jake LaRavia, and 3-pointers are swapped, and the Grizzlies go back in front.
LaRavia gets himself organized quickly. He can really stroke it.
Bain a rebound. Hardy missed. Hardy with 4 made threes. He's got 12 points to lead Dallas in scoring. Hardy closed out on the up fake by Bain and takes it away. And here's Lively running the floor. Big finish by Derek Lively. Steal Spencer Dinwiddie.
Another dunk.
He's got Lively running with him. Sets it up.
Goes deep. It really does.
It's for this year for the Mavericks. I mean, you can say this about all contenders. It's going to be about health. If the Mavericks have the health, they absolutely can get back to the NBA Finals.
Ja with the pass to Marcus Smart. Wow.
Well, he was letting him run it again this year. Wemby will win a couple of all defensive honors.
Here's Jaden Hardy. Still looking for his first 2. Hardy didn't get the 2, but Marshall did, following things up on the offside with the putback. A note to those of you watching our stream tonight, stick around at halftime. We have a one-on-one interview, or a two-on-one interview, technically speaking. Dana Larson, Devin Harris at training camp in Las Vegas with Kyrie Irving.
I have heard amazing things about this interview. I haven't got a chance to see it yet, so I'm excited.
I'm dying to see it, hear it too. But when you need 2 guys to interview Ty, though.
Yes.
God demands 2 people interviewing him.
Wide open 3 in transition, Luke Kennard. Tie game.
I've been entertained. I've enjoyed this.
There have been some very fun moments in the first half of this first preseason game.
Absolutely.
There have been some moments that have looked like the first preseason game, but man, I like that.
He is going to have an unbelievable year. The way in which he is moving, the confidence in which he's getting the spots and taking shots.
You know what I really like about him, though? That starting or coming off the bench, it gives you the same thing. A lot of guys at that age will pout a little bit. Clark is smooth on the inside.
I definitely think his mom raised him to not pout in any scenario.
I really just plays whenever he's
Into Lively, right back to Marshall. Nicely done. Found Dinwiddie.
gotta be good.
Was Hardy, Dinwiddie, Grimes, Marshall, and Gafford. Dinwiddie and Gafford are not on the floor. 3/5 of the starters are out there. Jazz Gortman, who made 3 threes in the first half, and Dwight Powell will start the third quarter. From the Memphis side of things, Zach Edey. Wow, Gortman another 3. Edey started. He's not playing right now. Brandon Clark is playing for him. Santi Aldama runs the floor and scores at the basket. And Skin, Jazz Gortman has got me very excited tonight.
He's my new favorite Maverick. Unbelievable. He earned starting the second half, Followell. No hesitation with his shot.
21 years old, from Columbia, South Carolina. Played in the G League last year. Morant, fancy finish. And I think this speaks to something I was discussing earlier, Skin, from the pregame visit with Taylor Jenkins. I popped it to his media availability. And, you know, this is a year where they're trying to get that chip back on their shoulder after such a difficult season last year. So I think you establish that mentality and those winning habits in the preseason.
Yeah, and I think for a guy like Ja, as you see the sidestep 3 from Grimes, and here's Ja pushing it in transition, is there are people that doubt him because of all the things that have waylaid him the last few years, and he can use that to his advantage to doubt people, or silence the doubters, I should say.
Morant just scored again. Hardy looking to answer right back with a pull-up around the free throw line. Aldama with the rebound. Grizzlies have a 7-3 edge here so far in the third quarter. I think Marcus Smart might have been expecting a cut to the basket, and he passes it outside to Morant, who airballs a 3.
That thing wasn't even close.
That is the second 3 that Jaw's taken tonight, and he's missed them both. Grizzlies are 9 of 23. Dallas is 10 of 23 on 3 so far in the game. Here's a turnover for the Mavs. Santi Aldama out in the open court. And that is a fancy pass by Morant to break. One of the ways you want to see how that materializes is being able to survive the inevitable bumps in the road when you have injuries and such, because what you would love to see is territory. And you go back to 2022, they worked their way all the way up to 4th, which of course propelled them to making the Western Conference Finals. And the way they closed the season last year and working their way up to 5th propelled them, put them in a position to be going all the way to the NBA Finals. Well, wouldn't it be really cool if you could be 2nd or 3rd or 1st or something like that in the Western Conference for the regular season as Quentin Grimes just scored? I mean, that's I think
ideal.
one of the things that you would like to see, that depth you guys are talking about. If you could turn that into more regular season wins and therefore better playoff positioning, as Bane just hit a 3, then that would be really, really good.
Well, Capasso, you have the paintbrush. So you got it.
Paint, Maestro paint.
Here's Powell with a tough finish inside from Jaden Hardy.
You know, the other thing, too, about having all that depth, if it's high-level depth, is not wearing out your top guys to get that record you're talking about, and then being fresher in April and hopefully all the way into June.
Well, and the other thing, Skin, is that sacrifice about the top-notch teams.
Even after making the finals, they're still flying under the radar. That is what is crazy about this whole thing, isn't it?
So straight.
Grimes attacking a little bit more here early on.
Smart player.
8 points, 4 boards, 4 assists for Quentin Grimes tonight. Cut to the basket. Ja Morant from Brandon Clark for the dunk.
Point. So I'm turning a little bit more.
Yeah.
He's guarding Scottie Pippen Jr. right now. Pippen came in for, and then you.
Did you what? I know what you're thinking.
And then you have moments Here's Aldama to Desmond Bain. When I'm thinking of Salah measuring is what I'm thinking of.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking of. And,
My hero,
you know,
man.
when he was blocking Russell Westbrook and Kevin Durant in a game where Dallas came back after the game.
Oh,
Somebody said, "Oh yeah, they know who I am." Oh, Gortman, we know who he is. Steal, score.
I'm telling you, he's my favorite Maverick.
Salah. They don't come like that anymore.
There's a shot inside for Brandon Clark.
Clark is so good with his control and floaters.
Mid-range pull-up, Quentin Grimes rattles out. Grizzlies in front by 5. Give and go, spinning, scoring, Aldama.
And I just had a thought that every now and then during his daily business, Rick Carlisle's doing his thing and then suddenly has a Salah flashback.
Here's Hardy. Nicely done. Hello, Wendell.
Down. And so you don't think they're coming into the season with a chip on their shoulder, and you don't think Denver feels like, man, I can't believe we let that thing, we didn't make it back to the Western Conference Finals after being the champs. Like, there's a lot of excellence at the top of the Western Conference, and the Mavericks are a huge part of that.
It was an offensive foul on Hardy before the break, by the way. Foul was called on number 1, Jaden Hardy, not number 1.
It's extending their defense right now.
Yeah, good challenge indeed on the giant killer attempt, but Desmond Bain comes away with the rebound, and it's Omax with a defensive board on the offside. Emmanuel Miller, who went to college first at Texas A&M and then TCU, he's come into the game and just got his first touch of the ball, moved it along to Jaden Hardy. Dwight Powell screens, and Hardy shoots and hits a 3. That is 5 threes knocked down by Jaden Hardy tonight.
I know this is certainly a big year for him, and all those things you guys alluded to earlier. He's a pro and will be in this league for a long time as Clark stretches the floor a little bit from the corner.
Jaden scores buckets at premium.
Marcus worked his way into the rotation late in the Oklahoma City series, that is, and did have some big moments against Minnesota in the conference finals. Stop and pop on the baseline. That's Omax.
Go.
Pippen accelerates up the floor. Aldama missed a 3. Smart had a read on the rebound and tipped the ball out to Desmond Bain. Closing in on 5 minutes left in the third. Aldama in the paint, thought he was fouled. No foul given, but a basket is scored, and the lead is 7.
Good action by Pippen.
Here's Emmanuel Miller.
Up and down they go.
First bucket at this level.
Really good defense by Omax to get back and contest that shot.
Long 2 was missed by Smart. Hardy lost the ball, picked it back up. Lawson drills a 3-pointer.
You know, now that Derek Jones Jr. is gone, Lawson might be the best athlete on this team.
I think Derek Lively is the best athlete on this team. Just my 2 cents.
He's a good one.
Give and go. Desmond Bain gave up the ball, cut to the basket, and scores on the layup. Jamarion Sharp is in the game. Played at Western Kentucky and Ole Miss. Hardy. Sharp keeping it alive, but Memphis has it. Zach Edey's getting ready to come in from Memphis. He did not start the third quarter after starting the game. It's Scottie Pippen Jr. Tough shots. Games, and obviously there's a hope Luka's back soon as well. There was just a little knock on the cap that occurred right before training camp started, and it was a little tight last week.
But got to be cautious. Always got to think about that. But getting back a village, and picking each other up, supporting each other through the grind. Long year.
Nice hand by Dwight Powell. 2-on-1 developing. Nice pass. Hardy, Emmanuel Miller.
So unselfish by Hardy.
Rookie Jalen Wells is in the game. He was a second-round pick last summer by Memphis. Alley-oop for Edey from Luke Kennard.
Edey has good feet.
Kennard had a nice playmaking year last year in the time he was out on the floor. 3.5 assists a game. Second highest assist total in his career. Per game average.
Gotta go.
It's time. Gortman upstairs for Powell.
It's like Gortman's been here forever. He knows Dwight's going to be in the right place if you need him.
You know, some guys just have a knack to make plays when they're on the floor. That's what he has shown.
Gortman averaged 4 assists a game for the Mavs in Summer League. That is his first assist tonight. The thing that he's been doing very well is shooting from the outside. He's got 17 points. Here is a scramble for the loose ball, and it's going to lead to Luke Kennard being chased off the three-point line. Jalen Wells for 3, and he makes it.
Good ball movement there by the Grizz.
Wells put his wrist, put his hand in the bucket. Really exaggerated that follow-through.
Jaden Hardy back the other way. Ignite before the Mavs drafted him. In that same neighborhood, I was talking about Jalen Wells being a second-round pick. He was drafted 39 last summer. And you go back to 2022, the Mavericks took Jaden Hardy at 37. Gortman!
He makes a lot of plays, make a lot of stuff happen.
Well, as I mentioned earlier, the first thing he said he wanted to see tonight was health. But obviously, you want to see guys compete in this situation, like Miller. Career at Texas A&M in his first season, he shot 61% at the line. Last year, in his 5th and final collegiate, there was a foul just called on Gortman. Jalen Wells, that is, off the top corner of the backboard. He had a sweet stroke up top, but that corner three-point attempt was way off. For the Grizzlies, number 17, played professionally in Japan. He was the MVP of the B-League in Japan in 2022-23. Played for Japan this summer in the Olympics. Gortman, fadeaway. Edey, he probably could have played for Canada in the Olympics this summer. However, he chose to work on his game with his new team and play Summer League with the Grizzlies.
Good decision, right? Because there will be other opportunities, I'm sure, for him to represent Team Canada.
Three-pointer is good from the corner for Kawamura.
He's got to be a fan favorite. Little guy.
5'8" is the listing on the Grizzlies roster. Grizzlies have accumulated a lot of fouls here early in the fourth. They now have 4 team fouls. Powell, no. Ball out of bounds. 1-2 on the line. A chance to tie the game if Hardy had made both, but he missed the second. Malzinho Pereira is at the scores table right now for the Grizzlies, and he's going to have a
It probably wasn't fun bringing the ball up the floor against Muggsy Bogues back then. Every time you turn, he's right there. That's side to side.
I could answer that with so much. Because Muggsy would breathe on you, man. I gotta do it, honey. That's what he said. This is really what he said. I gotta be on you, honey.
I love that.
I'm like, you are on me, man.
Now, Zenia Pereira dug out a couple of offensive rebounds and then missed a low-clock three-pointer. Pereira did sign a couple of 10-day contracts after playing with Capitanes in Mexico City in the G League. He played 7 games late last year with the Grizzlies. Any kind of basket will put Dallas in front as we head towards 7 minutes left in the game.
Another tough attempt that time. Good hustle.
Steal, Omax.
That's what he's going to give you, effort.
He's got 3 steals now tonight. Powell, tough shot, headed to the line.
And I agree with that so much.
Right.
And I think that's why they have a chance. Is because of the people that is surrounding Luka.
Jay Huff for 3. Jamarian Sharp came into the game, so did A.J. Lawson. Jaden Hardy and Emmanuel Miller went out. I wonder if Hardy's night is over at 34 minutes played tonight in the first preseason game, or will we see him come back?
No.
What a night it's been if it's done and dusted for the evening. That's a tough catch for Omax in the corner. And now he's got to do something here. Late clock, 1 second. Got it away on the baseline. And Pineda with the rebound. Stop and pop three. Jalen Wells.
Good looking show.
Yes. Almost 42% last year at Washington State. He started out collegiately at Division II Sonoma State in California for 2 years, and then had a year with Washington State last year. Played on the Palouse. Powell throws it away. Steal. Conchar. Grizzlies lead by 2. They have the ball. Jay Huff's missed a couple of those threes up top, but the first one that is the real deal Holyfield is on October the 24th when the Mavs play the Spurs here. And our first broadcast on Mavs TV and our new home, Channel 29, and the Dallas Fort Worth area prospers. I mean, Omax, Dwight Powell, A.J. Lawson. Here's Jalen Wells missing on a three-point attempt. Zach Edey on the Memphis side of things. Not on the floor right now, but he's part of the equation as well. The foul was called on. Media is on it.
They are on.
They are.
And as we look at their, if you highlight it in that picture, Kawamura is 5 inches taller than Muggsy Bogues. Think about that as you're looking out at that floor right now.
Did you guys just see that find by Jazz Dortmund, and a pretty nice pass by Emmanuel Miller as well? Rebound went through the hands of Jamarian Sharp after the miss out of the corner by Lawson. Kawamura's free throws put the Grizzlies in front by 2. Now the Mavs have a chance to tie or take the lead. Omax! He leaked out and is there for the jam.
If you leak out there, you just hope you get it.
Yes, and he did. Jalen Wells with a giant killer. No good. Taps the rebound out. Kawamura has it right back inside. Another attempt for Wells. This one's good with a foul. 3-point play for Wells, who's been good off the bench. 9 points here in the fourth quarter. Possible steal. It is a steal. Jake LaRabia. And then Omax back. Wells with a mid-ranger off the inbounds pass. A.J. Lawson, possible numbers developing. Ronzinho.
To the left of the goal at the baseline, wearing an entire outfit covered in glitter. And all I can think about is when that gets back in the car on the way home.
Yeah.
That glitter never leaves the car. It's a mystery.
Spoken like someone who's experienced.
Oh yeah, I once had a very young dog.
Twice on Beale Street, and the Grizzlies won twice here at American Airlines Center.
Tough place to play. Down on Beale Street.
Absolutely.
Always
Wow, follow-up jam by Jake LaRabia. The lead is now 6 for the Grizzlies. I believe this is a 7-1 run here for Memphis. It was tied at 106 after the Omax slam dunk.